Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. This is a sad reading. Just saw this headline today, just got off work, that there was a school shooting in Iowa today, and a 17-year-old gunman killed a 6th grade student, wounded 5 other people. I know that I think 4 were students and one was a school administrator, and then took their own life. Died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And I want to read on what might have been the motivation for the shooter. The little scoffing laugh there is just, I was going to ask what he, I saw a headline about DeSantis and Six of Swords just popped up. And Nikki Haley are going to offer their words, and I was just going to scoff because they're going to offer thoughts and prayers. But what are you going to do about it? You never do anything about it. You offer thoughts and prayers, and it's always too soon to talk about it. It's always a political thing. And then there's never a time to actually do anything about it. Talk and do anything about it. Okay. 6 of Swords. All right. Yeah, they're just going to try and calm things down and ride this off and pretend that it never happened. All right, but I want to know what possessed this 17-year-old. They did give a name. It's in the article here. Dylan Butler. And he made social media posts. I don't know what those social media posts are. I didn't go looking for them. I don't know if they're available to see. But I kind of want to read the energy on what motivated this young man to go out and take a shotgun and a handgun and kill a 6th grader and injure a bunch of people before killing himself. Entertainment purposes only. What was going on here? There's an evaluation of values or self-worth. You know, maybe this guy he might have had some self-esteem issues. I doubt he was sick. I don't think the Pentacles are about health. I think it's about values and self-esteem issues. Along those lines. What's crossing it? The Chariot. This could be health. This could be mental health that's going on. He may have had, anybody who's going to, I'm sorry. Anybody who's going to go commit a mass shooting is going to have some mental health issues, right? But it's like he was like in a downward spiral, and he just didn't, it was continuing to go downward. Depression, mental health issues, downward spiral. But there was, there's some values. There's something about values and self-worth. And it could even be just him having contemplated this for a while, and he decided to keep going through with it. What's underneath there? He had a choice. I guess he's probably been planning this for a while, and he just decided, okay, well, today's the day. You know, it's almost like I'm going to flip a coin to see if today's the day or not. It's just somebody who's they've lost their compass. They've lost their will to live, and, you know, is today the day that I kill everybody that I can kill and then kill myself? And the past is the Magician. This is the creator of your own reality. But his reality is likely an illusion. Whatever he was contemplating is illusion. I think, again, it doesn't take much here to say that there's going to be mental health issues, but I think you're going to get mental health issues. This 2 of Swords, if it said he was bipolar, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised later on if we find out that he had mental health issues and he's bipolar. But whatever he was believing wasn't real. It was made up and it was in his mind. That leads me to believe that he was bipolar. So, yeah, at that point, you know, he's just deciding he's going to take some people with. He's leaving and he's taking people with him. I don't think he had a list. The one thing I do know is that the shooting happened at 7:30. So that's early for school to be starting. I don't think he had a list. I think this is going to be more random. It's just whoever was there was going to go with them. I'm leaving and I'm taking a few of you along with me. Now, only one person has died. I think somebody else is in critical condition. But, there's 5. Here are 5 swords, and there were, I think, 5 people that were injured, right? Or is it 1 person killed and 5 injured? He was not going to go alone. He's going to take somebody with him. We're going to find out. I'm sure, again, those social media posts, it's going to come to light what he was thinking and why he did this. I don't think this is going to be one of those instances where we're left wondering why he did such a horrific act. I think it's going to be really evident why he did what he did. Lesson to be learned, the Page of Wands. Okay, what the heck does this mean? Going out and experiencing something. No, I mean, a lesson to be learned. I don't think it's about the shooter. I think this is about society. Young people and what they have to go through on a daily basis, with the shooter drills and stuff like that. These young people have to go on with their lives. This guy has stolen, he's altered 5 people's lives significantly. And those people and everybody else have to move on. There might be some, you know what this is? This is young people in action. That's what this is. Young people, even in Iowa, are going to start protesting. Think about that for a second. Think about spirit and timing. Yes, we would look at this as a negative event. We would look at this as a tragic event. But look at the timing. Look at the location. What's happening in Iowa in 2 weeks? They're having, caucuses there. You've got all the presidential candidates there. You've now had a school shooting where all the Republicans, the ones who are preventing legislation, you have all these Iowans there who are going to look to these leaders and say, what are you going to do about it? And it's the Republicans that never want to do anything about it. And I think you're going to have some very angry Iowans demanding answers and solutions from these Republican candidates. And I will be very curious to see if any of them have the guts to step up and say they're going to do something about it. This could very well impact the caucuses in Iowa for the Republicans, especially with the young person's vote. You might have had some young people who were going to vote Republican, and then when they challenged Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump about what they're going to do about this, and they get an answer that they find lacking, they may not support them in the general election. So, I feel awful for the families. From a high-level spiritual sense, and I hate this. These people probably signed up to say, yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice my life in an event like this in order to force this issue in front of these politicians to give Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley a chance to do the right thing. This is a school. The earth is a school. We're all here to learn lessons. I really question the judgment of how we do these lessons, but I don't get a say in this matter. This ain't my plan. I just have to, you, and everybody else have to live with this plan. But this is going to be young people protesting. Outcome is the 9 of Cups. Yeah, here's your candidates. They're here. They're here for the caucuses. They're here to be the president of the United States. These people are going to bring it to these people and say, what are you going to do? So I get a little bit on the shooter, but now I also get the spiritual message too. Why did this happen? We need to look at our values. In the chariot, we got to carry those values on. People are losing their lives. It's obvious what the cause is. Young people, especially young people, this can be any Iowan, but pages are young. Young people, in a spiritual sense, that page could also be Iowans who have not been strong proponents of gun control or dealing with gun violence. They're going to come out and say, what are you going to do about it? How does a 17-year-old end up shooting a bunch of people at a high school? And I'm sure that high school has had shooting drills and the whole 9 yards. What are we going to do to stop this? Okay. What will be the response of the Republican candidates? Again, I believe Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis have already made comments or they've stated something on the record about this. But will the Republicans actually use this? Will this event actually convince these Republican presidential candidates to do something about gun control? Any way, shape, or form. Mind you, this is not an assault weapon. This is a handgun and a shotgun. Victory, looking at me. Will they do anything about it? We have a victory card. That could be yes. Let's see. We got the 10 of coins. There's the young people again. And the illusions and delusions. And the hostage card. They're going to grandstand on this, but they're not. They're going to say they might do stuff. They're not planning on it. This is fake. This is look at me, look at me. Can you imagine? And sorry for this, using this as a way to be a fundraising campaign or a way to boost their campaign. There's all these guys. They're hostage to the NRA. They're hostage to the gun lobbies, the Second Amendment crowd, and stuff like that. They are screwed. You can't lose these voters. But they all want to win the Iowa caucus. But they can't do it screwing up the Second Amendment guys. Central underneath these are the young people and Iowans who are going to protest and say, what are you guys going to do about it? And you've got this flow of money coming in from the lobbies, the gun lobbies, so on, such things as that. And, this could be just the insane things that the Republicans say when it comes to owning guns. I mean, this could, if we're lucky, the victory, this could drive for background checks to make sure people are have proper mental health and have to, at least pass a mental health test in order to own a gun. Just because generations have owned guns doesn't mean that everybody should continue to own guns. So on the positive side, the victory that we're expecting and the young people want is they want some form of background check. And most Americans support background checks. It's not a difficult thing to do. It'll only cost a little bit of money, and that fee can be passed on to the person wanting to buy the gun. But these guys are hostage to the gun lobby and to the Second Amendment crowd. So that's where you're going to have your push and your pull. Who's going to win? Young people, the gun crowd. The gun crowd's going to say, we don't want anything, any way to limit it. This makes us a lot of money, and then we give the politicians a lot of money. If they listen to the young people, they're going to look at mental health, genetics, mental health, and there'll be background checks, at least looking into something like that. And that's probably where that Two of Swords comes in. We're at a decision point. The Republicans have a chance to back off of their current position of all guns all the time and maybe put in some common sense gun laws to prevent things like this from happening. In Iowa, 2 weeks before the caucuses, what are the chances? And since there's no coincidences, you got to assume that this was mapped out. I'm not happy saying that. I would just as soon we skip these lessons. But if we're not going to listen, and I don't mean we as in you and me, if we as a collective refuse to do something about it, Spirit's going to keep coming up with more and more extreme examples for us to face and tackle this issue as a society. A lot of us are already there and screaming because we want to fix this, and we haven't been able to do it. You and I aren't the problems. It's the other folks that refuse to surrender it. And some folks just lost a child. Some people lost a nephew. Some people lost a best friend, a neighbor, somebody who was on their baseball team. You know, it's going to impact that group, that community, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay, I'll end it on that. Thank you for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that my videos make it out to a wider audience. To folks just discovering this channel, welcome. Sorry, this is a bit more of a somber reading and a little angry. Welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.